Hey! All right, it's a little bit of an update. Today, as you can see, the auto link, pass, 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 check, ready, ready, ready. The cat, the one that was giving me all the problems, right there, it did it. Took 4 different days, over 200 miles on the car, and of course, gas. And yeah, the test, insane, because you have to go 75 miles an hour for 20 minutes, then coast down to 20 miles an hour without putting your foot on the brake ever. And it's nearly impossible because of the fact that, yeah, there's a lot of traffic. And then after that, the cat still wouldn't kick in, and then you got to wait 24 hours before you could do it again. So today, day 4, I went on the Mercedes site to find out how to make that cat kick in if it's giving you a hard time, because there's no reason for it not to be working. And so it gave the outline to just start the car, let it idle for 5 minutes so the catalytic converter warms up, and then go 43 miles for 3 minutes, and after that 3 minutes, go up to 51 miles per hour for another 3 minutes. Then find a place to coast down, pull off. It said do it on the freeway, find an off ramp. You need a 7-mile stretch basically, and find that off ramp, pull into the nearest parking lot wherever you can, put the car in park, and let it idle for 3 minutes. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Drive back around. Go home, wherever, It worked. That was the trick that worked to make it kick in. So I ran, of course, straight to the Smog station. Smog my car. See? I don't know if you can see it. Pass, 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 pass. That's right, pass. And then I went straight to AAA to register the car, because I didn't want to run the risk of having to disconnect the battery again and then have to go through that whole process all over again. So yeah, I went straight to Smog. Then went straight to the AAA and registered it, and now I'm good. Car's registered. Yay. So if for any reason you disconnect your battery just before your car is due to be smogged, you're going to have to do what is known as the drive cycle, because the emissions is no longer part of the smog test. It's all about whether or not your sensors are working, and it's all because of the idiots that were disconnecting their battery so that their sensors would clear. And then the smog tests wouldn't actually be correct. So because of their actions, we're all being punished. Kind of like the person who goes to the store and steals, and now we all have to pay a higher price, right? Or it's all locked up and we can't get to it. So basically, this took place in 2020 when all of a sudden we had to test the sensors instead of the tailpipe. And the emissions, that's how it used to be. You stuck that thing in there and then they did it. But okay, so grand total cost. That $60 smog test ends up costing close to $300 by the time you add it all up with the gas. And then that device right there, that thing's like $80, but worth it. Worth it, yeah, because it definitely lets you know when you can finally go to the smog. And then, yeah, you got to, in my case, I had to add a person to my insurance to do the drive cycle, because I wasn't going on the freeway and doing that kind of crap. And actually, they even told me that, people were cussing them out and riding their ass and everything else because they don't know why you're only going 20 miles an hour without braking or anything, and you're not allowed to have your air conditioner on, your radio, nothing. You can't even put your hazard lights on to let people know you're being a hazard. So, do yourself a favor. Don't disconnect the battery before you have to smog your car. Just don't do it. Don't get any work done on your car. Wait until after you smog your car, and then you won't have to do the drive cycle. But if for any reason, yeah, your battery gets disconnected, you get a new battery, be prepared. You're going to have to do the drive cycle. And depending on which car you own, you can go online on Google, type in your car, and type in what the proper drive cycle is for your car. So I just wanted to give you that update. If you want your car to pass smog and you have to do the drive cycle because you had to disconnect your battery for whatever reason, be prepared. It's not something that just happens overnight. Yeah, this took 4 days and over 250 miles on my car. I think 300, yeah, 320. So, yeah, but it passed. So, yay. All right, so again, one last look at the auto link. See, everything pass, pass, pass. And my car is now smogged and registered.